Well, the Washington Post is calling it the claim that won't die. Did President Obama really want higher gas prices? Pain at the pump has been impacting polls, so we thought it was time to separate fact from fiction with the Washington Post fact checker, Glenn Kessler. Glenn, good morning.
Good morning.
Republicans have absolutely been hammering the president over the soaring price of gas, and as a result, his approval ratings have gone down. Let me play a claim that we've been hearing from Republicans over and over again.
President Obama said he would prefer a gradual adjustment to near $4 a gallon gasoline. President Obama said that. And unfortunately, the president's put policies in place that have gotten us now to $4 a gallon almost in gasoline prices.
He wanted higher gas prices, and he got them. He said it.
He wanted them, he got them. Glenn, your ruling?
Three Pinocchios. That's what that is. We looked into this. This is all based on the clip that Obama made when he was a senator, where he was asked, was there a silver lining to higher prices? He didn't really answer it. He did talk about how that might create some adjustment in people's habits, but as far as we can tell, he never ever said he wanted higher prices.
And certainly not $4.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. Mitt Romney did go after the president yesterday on why we have high gas prices. Let me play that for you, Glenn.
It's related to the fact that you stopped drilling in the Gulf. Maybe it's related to the fact, Mr. President, that you were not drilling in Anwar. Maybe it's related to the fact that you said we couldn't get a pipeline in from Canada known as Keystone. Those things affect gasoline prices long term.
Is Romney right?
Well, those kinds of policy decisions can affect gasoline prices long term. That's the key thing there. But most experts say it takes about 10, 15 years for policies that are put in place to make their way to the pump. So all those things he talked about, even if Obama had done all of them, it wouldn't be affecting gas prices today.
Meantime, we've had Newt Gingrich. He has gotten some traction on this talk about $2.50 a gallon gas. Here's a clip of something he's been saying as part of his stump speech.
It was $1.13 a gallon when I was Speaker. That's a historic fact. It's $1.89 a gallon when he became president. That's a historic fact. So I'm not trying to take us to some magic land. I'm trying to get to a world we could call pre-Obama.
All right, give us the fact check. Is he right? Because he's trying to fend off critics who say it's ridiculous to say you become president and gas goes to $2.50. Right.
This is a three Pinocchio claim. Because the problem there is you have to look at inflation adjusted. Since 1919, inflation adjusted gasoline prices have generally hovered above $2.50. There was a period there in the early 90s when it got below that, but generally it's about $2.50. And why were gasoline prices so low when President Obama became president? Because we were in the middle of a recession, demand was way down, and gas prices dropped. I don't know if that's the reason we want to go back to those kind of lower gas prices.
And finally, President Obama has obviously also been talking about gas prices lately. Let me play you something from a recent stop in North Carolina.
Because of these new standards for cars and trucks, they're all going to be able to go further and use less fuel every year. And that means pretty soon you'll be able to fill up your car every 2 weeks instead of every week. And over time, that saves you, a typical family, about $8,000 a year.
Glenn, your ruling.
Well, it's one Pinocchio there. And the president completely misspoke. It's really $8,000 over the life of a car.
And the White House quickly acknowledged that, we should say, but...
Yeah, well, they didn't correct the transcript or anything like that. I mean, and he had gotten it right most times when he uses that line. But even there, the reason I gave one Pinocchio, he's not telling you about the fact that those higher fuel efficiency standards are going to add at least $3,000. There are estimates even higher, at least $3,000 to the price of a car. So it will take you about 4 years of driving before you, in less gasoline, to make back what you're paying for that more expensive car.
All right, but if it's $8,000 minus $3,000, eventually, theoretically, maybe you're saving $5,000.
Right, though there is another estimate out that says it's going to cost $8,000, so it might be a wash. It really depends on how you do the estimates.
Washington Post fact checker Glenn Kessler, always good to see you. Thank you, Glenn.
Glad to be with you.